Hey everybody, it's Mike again. We're going to be talking about the stage plot today for the new app Signal Flow. So let me just start up Signal Flow and go to the stage that we created last time. So here's the stage input list, and then I'll just click the rotating arrows to get to the stage plot. And if I zoom out here, you can see the whole stage. Right now the stage is empty, so we're going to click the plus at the top right so that we can add some of the devices. On the bottom you'll see the list of devices that are listed in the input list that haven't been placed yet. So I'm going to click on the red subsnake, and then I click anywhere on the stage and that will place that subsnake there. So then I'll just do the same thing for the green subsnake. Now if I click on a subsnake that's on the stage, it will bring up a menu from the bottom, and there I can change the image. So I'll change the red subsnake to be the red image, and then I'll change the green one to be green. Alright, so now we're just going to use the same process for the devices. So I'll just hit the plus button, and then one by one I'll just click and place each of my devices. And so after I've placed all my devices, I can click on each one of them and change their image. I could also edit the subsnake and subchannel that they're connected to here. Now for the drums I'm going to do something a little different. So I could go through and find the correct image for each of these, but instead I'm going to use something called a group because I don't necessarily have all the right images, and it'll just be more complicated to have several icons when you really just need one icon for the drum set. Alright, so to set up a group, I'm going to do it the same way as setting a device or a subsnake. Press that plus button at the top right, and then new group, and then I can place it anywhere. And with groups you'll notice there's always going to be a square around the image, and that's to signify that that is a group and not just a device. So I'll name this group drums, and then it's already got the drum set image, so I'll just leave that. And then I just need to click and drag each of my drum devices into the drum group. And so as you drag and drop them, the group will kind of highlight to let you know that you're about to drop it into a group. Now when I click on the group, it will bring up a list of all of the devices that are actually in that group, and I'll show you what subsnake and what subchannel each of those devices are connected to. And on the left side you'll see the little wrench. If you click that, it'll bring up the edit menu for that device. And so it works just like if you clicked on that device in the stage. And opposite the wrench, the X will remove the device from the group. So it'll put it back on the stage. So you can see it's now on the stage on its own. But I'll just go ahead and put it back in its group. So the next part I'm going to show you is how to add devices from the stage plot. So previously we were using devices that were already created through the input list. But as you can see, we can actually add new subsnakes, new groups, and new devices from that plus menu. So in this case I'm going to add a bass guitar to the right side of the stage. We'll just call this bass, and then change the image to also be a bass guitar. And then from here I'll also need a subsnake to add it to. And so we've already got a subsnake that we've created, the blue subsnake. So I'll just press the plus button and then select the blue subsnake and put that nearby the bass. And then change the blue subsnake to be blue. And then if I click on the bass again, I can now select the blue subsnake and then pick a channel. So I'll just put it in the first channel here. So just like before, I'm going to show you that you can add new devices from the stage plot, and it actually goes pretty quickly. So I'm just going to add keyboard over on the left side of the stage, and for keyboards I'm going to have them into two different channels, so we'll have keyboard left and then a keyboard right. We'll start with the left one. So I'll just change all of the name and the image here, and then create another one that will be keyboard right. And then from there, I want to add them into a group because there's no need to have two keyboard images on the stage plot when one will do just fine. So as soon as I'm done adding these, I will create a group, the same way we did last time with the drums. Although this time we'll have to change the image because the default is the drum set. Right now you can see there's no members because I haven't dragged anything in there. And by the way, when you're moving items on the stage plot, you kind of have to click and hold before they will move. And that's so that I can distinguish when you're clicking on a device and when you're clicking on just the stage behind and you want to scroll around. So here I'll create another subsnake. We'll make it brown this time. And even though I'm doing all this in the stage plot, all of this data is going to be kind of shared between the stage plot and the input list. And so next I'll show you how the input list has been adding all of this stuff, and how you can kind of use either the stage plot or the input list to set up your devices. So now that I've got everything set up on the stage plot, let me just click the rotating arrows and that will take us back to the input list. And as you can see, the subsnakes and the new devices that we added are all kind of added in their correct place and connected to what they need to be connected to. So the last thing that I'm going to show you on the stage plot, kind of last thing that we haven't covered, let me go back to the stage plot and I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see everything again. So the last thing is you can add notes. So I hit the plus in the top right button, top right corner rather, and then hit new note, and then place it just like anything else. And then you can actually kind of put notes for different stage items. So say for the drums we want them to be lifted up a little bit. It's not something that you can convey through the icon, so instead we just add a little note here to say that the drums needed to be on a lifted platform. And you can then kind of link these to any of the other devices or subsnakes or groups on the stage. So with that link drop down, it just gives you a list of all the things that are on the stage right now. So we're going to connect them to the drums, and then that will draw a little line in between the note and the drums so that you know exactly what a note is referring to. So that's pretty much it for the stage plot. The one thing I did want to point out is that if you go back to the stages, your list of stages, and then click top left and go to settings, there is one setting that you can change for the stage plot. So I scroll down. You can kind of turn off the lines, the connecting lines. And that can be useful for when you have lots of devices or lots of things on a stage. You don't want those lines cluttering things up. Personally, I find them helpful because you can see what everything's connected to from the stage plot, but some people find that the lines just add clutter. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you are at all interested in downloading SignalFlow for Android or iOS, the release is going to be happening tomorrow, so get excited for that. I will probably be doing an announcement video tomorrow because I've got some other exciting news that is related to SignalFlow. So I hope you guys keep your eyes out And if I don't see you tomorrow, then have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks, guys.